Please, don't hurt me. Mommy, please. Those were the last words 3-year-old Ife said before her mother pressed the pillow very hard against her face. Her name was Amaka. She was 28, pretty, well-shaped, and always knew how to carry herself. In public, she looked like every other young woman, trying to make ends meet. But Amaka was different. She had a past she kept locked away, and her biggest secret, her daughter. Ife was born out of a one-night mistake with a guy who disappeared before the pregnancy test even turned positive. Amaka was 24 then, fresh out of NYSC, and had nothing. The child came during her struggle years. Life was hard. Her family had disowned her when she refused to abort the pregnancy. Her friends vanished one by one. She ended up squatting with an old friend from school who later got tired of her and asked her to leave. For 4 years, she managed to survive. Small jobs, church donations, begging from exes. She hated it. She hated the begging. She hated the poverty. She never blamed Ife, but every time she looked at the child, she saw her shame. Until she met Chuka. Chuka was the kind of man that made women lose sleep. Handsome, rich, powerful, owner of one logistics company in Lekki. Rumor had it he was married before, but divorced because his wife couldn't give him a child. They met on Instagram. One day, she posted a picture of herself in a tight red gown and tagged the location as a lounge in Victoria Island. 2 hours later, a DM popped up. You look amazing. I'd like to know you better. At first, she thought it was fake. She checked his page. Verified. Over 200,000 followers. Big brands are following him. Its picture showed him wearing native wear, standing beside SUVs, and flying business class. She replied. That night, they met. By morning, he had transferred 400,000 naira to her account. Amaka's life changed. New phone, new clothes, new nails every weekend. She rented a mini flat in Yaba. Ife had her own corner with cartoon bed sheets. They started eating better. School runs became Uber runs. She started calling Chuka Daddy, but Chuka didn't know about Ife. He never asked and she never told. Until one day, he came over unannounced. Ife ran to open the door and screamed, Mommy, someone is here. Chuka froze. Is this your sister's child? He asked, trying to smile. Amaka panicked. She lied. Yes, I'm just helping her for a few days. He nodded slowly, but his mood changed. That night, as he drove her to one of his short-let apartments, he said, I don't like drama. I can't date women with baggage. I want peace. Amaka nodded. She smiled, but her chest was on fire. Weeks passed. She stopped bringing Ife to her new place. She left the girl with her neighbor, an older woman called Mama Titi. But Ife started crying at night. She wanted to see her mommy. One evening, Chuka asked, "That child from before, is she still around?" Amaka stayed silent. He continued, "I can marry you, you know. I'm ready, but I want a fresh start. No ties, no child from the past, nothing." He paused. "If there's any complication, I will just move on." Her heart sank. That night, she tossed and turned. She thought of the life she had now, the money, the comfort, the respect. People now called her Madam. She thought of Ife, her daughter, who didn't ask to be born. She thought of everything she suffered. She couldn't go back. She went to Mama Titi's house on a Sunday morning and said, "I want to take Ife out today, just the two of us." Mama Titi smiled. "Ah, she will be so happy. She's been asking of you." Ife jumped into her mother's arms. "Mommy, where are we going?" "Somewhere fun," Amaka whispered. She took her to the apartment Chuka got for her. There were balloons. There was ice cream. There was a new pink dress. Ife was so happy. "I love you, Mommy," she said. Amaka held her tightly, then gave her a sleeping pills in a cold Fanta. Ife slept and never woke up. Amaka cried the next day. She rushed to Mama Titi and screamed, "Ife is missing. I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, she had gone." Police were called. People searched. Posters were printed. But deep down, Amaka knew they would never find her. She buried her own child behind the compound in a shallow grave, alone with her bare hands. 2 months later, Chuka proposed. She said yes. She wore a diamond ring. She smiled in pictures. Everyone envied her. She finally made it, she said. Nobody knew, but Kama did. It started with nightmares. Ife is standing by the door, crying, bleeding from her nose, asking, "Why? Mommy, why?" She would wake up sweating, crying and shaking. She started losing weight. She stopped sleeping. Chuka noticed. "Are you okay?" She nodded. But she wasn't. She kept seeing Ife in mirrors, in dreams, in shadows. Sometimes she heard her laugh in the kitchen or footsteps in the room. Then she found a small teddy soaked in water. She had burnt that bear when she buried the child. How did it come back? One day, she ran to church. She confessed everything to the pastor. He stared at her for a long time. "You need to surrender your life to Christ," he said. She nodded. She cried. She begged God, but the nightmares didn't stop. Chuka traveled to Ghana for business. She was alone in the house. She slept early, took pills. At 2:44 a.m., she woke up to the sound of a child. "Omen!" She screamed. She ran outside. She didn't see the pole by the gates. She hit her head. By morning, Neighbors found her in a pool of blood. They buried her next to the same compound where she buried Ife. Nobody knew what happened, but strange things kept happening in that house. Children cried in the night. Dogs barked at nothing. People moved out one by one. The house is still empty till date. And if you pass by around 2:44 a.m., you might hear a small girl crying. Please, don't hurt me. Mommy, please, don't hurt me.